What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Bucket Talk, your go-to podcast for all things basketball and football. I'm your host, Ahan, and today we're going to be breaking down the Dallas Mavericks week, including the Christmas Day game with the Warriors and the recent struggles, injuries, and everything that's going to be happening moving forward for this organization. So let's get into it. So the Christmas Day game was pretty interesting. The Mavericks faced the Warriors this year, and this is actually the sixth year in a row the Mavericks have been on Christmas Day. But the Mavericks unfortunately did lose. They lost 126 to 116. They put up a good fight though. To be honest, in the first half, I thought it was going to be over because um, Golden State went on a crazy run in the first quarter with Al Horford banging four threes in a row, and then Anthony Davis went out with that injury. We'll have more on that later. Yeah, Steph Curry also didn't have an amazing game, so that's probably why it was very close. But the Golden State team had seven players in double figures. Cooper Flagg played incredible. He had 27 points this game, and it's just getting to the point where this guy is really going to become a superstar. In the month of December, he's averaging about 25 points, and to be honest, like I've been seeing so many flashes from him that I haven't really seen with another rookie, especially an 18, 19-year-old since Luka Doncic. He also plays incredible defense. I read a stat somewhere where it's like he's been holding the opposing all stars to about 30% field goal percentage, which is really interesting. As I did mention earlier, Anthony Davis did go out of the game with an injury, and this is really upsetting to be honest. I didn't really think that I've always heard that Anthony Davis had a huge injury problem whenever he's playing with other teams. Whenever he came to the Mavericks, I did not think it'd be this big of a problem. Cooper Flagg has played more games than Anthony Davis in his Mavericks career, and Anthony Davis has been here double the time. Double the time. Anthony Davis hasn't played five consecutive games with the Mavericks, and I'm not making that up. Since his arrival on February 2nd, he has not played five consecutive games. They're calling this injury groin spasms, but then today I read it was abductor problems, and that's also really concerning because that abductor last year is what kept him out the majority of the season. And now it really begs the question, like, should the Mavericks trade Anthony Davis? Because there's all these rumors, like, even before this injury, like Anthony Davis will be out of Dallas, and day by day, I think it's a more increasingly believable. And to be honest, I'm kind of calling for it. I'm not very happy with this. The Mavericks have zero direction. We were winning. We were 7-3 2 weeks ago in 10 games, and now we've dropped again four in a row to Trailblazers, the Kings, Warriors. Like it's getting unacceptable to be honest. Like I either want to just lose and accept the tank and get a top pick and end up with some major lottery luck again and get like a Dibansa, Boozer, Koa Pete, someone of that caliber, or go all in. We have Kyrie coming back in January, February. You have to make that decision now because you don't want Kyrie to come back and to still lose. If you're losing, just keep him out the whole year, rest him up, take care of the injury situation. That's much more important. But if you have a dying chance, like if you can make the playoffs, then go for it. Bring him back. Have Anthony Davis stay. Have Cooper Flagg keep balling out. Like it's the Mavericks team just does need to pick a direction. As I mentioned previously, the Mavericks have been struggling as of late, but before they've actually had some pretty solid wins. Like right before Christmas, they had a huge win against Denver. Anthony Davis played incredible at 33 points, 31 points. Flagg played also incredible at 33 points. And in this game, you can see that Cooper Flagg can really shoot the ball. Despite his 27% three-pointer percentage, he shot 4 for 6 this game, which is really incredible, hitting some clutch threes. And I think the main problem with this Mavericks team is really the clutch record. If you look at it, the Mavericks have played the most clutch games in the NBA, and they've lost a lot of them. They've lost like 15 or 16 of them. And if it could be a completely different season if we could close games, but the Mavericks team this year cannot close games. I think I was very confident in this team's defense previously. They were the number one defense, but in the last couple of games, without Anthony Davis, we have Daniel Gafford and Dwight Powell, and for some reason Dwight Powell is closing the games. I could not tell you why, but he is. And our defensive struggles have been apparent without Anthony Davis. Like Cooper Flagg can only do so much. He's an amazing defender, but You need some presence in the middle, and you have that with Daniel Gafford. But whenever you put Dwight Powell in the game, it's all gone. Uh, Davis's injuries and availability continue to be like a major struggle for Dallas. And like I said previously, in another episode, we'll discuss the trades that could go on for Anthony Davis. And to be honest, uh, I've been hearing reports that the Atlanta Hawks are the main suitor right now. And the main problem is if you don't trade Anthony Davis, you're going to have to extend him because that's what his agent wants. That's the main reason these trade rumors came up in the first place. And extending Anthony Davis would be the worst possible outcome for the Dallas Mavericks. Paying him another $70 million a year whenever he already doesn't play could turn this franchise upside down and send them into it could ruin their future even with Cooper Flagg being so young. There's just no point. So you either keep him this year and don't extend him and just let it play out, or you just trade him away. There's no in between. You can't play this in between game they're playing right now, and it's really frustrating me. Whenever the Mavericks went on their mini winning spree, they fixed all their turnover problems. And the last 4 games, again, there have been some major turnover concerns with having multiple 15, 16, 20 even turnover games. So that's one thing I am a little concerned about. But with Ryan Nembhard and Brandon Williams at the helm again, I think it should calm down. Ryan Nembhard's been a sensation for this team. Cooper Flagg's not the only rookie that's been amazing. Ryan Nembhard's been amazing. And he's even cracked the top 10 for Rookie of the Year list. And to be honest, he's just been a life changer with his playmaking ability. There's no one else on the Mavericks that can play make like Ryan Nembhard. And yeah, I just feel like without him, I don't know how our ball handling and ball security would be, because if we're already one of the worst in the NBA with our main with Ryan Nembhard, I don't understand what we would be without him. So I'm just very grateful for him. And let's talk a little bit more about Cooper Flagg. Like we like even in the loss, like Cooper Flagg gave us something to be excited about. Like, and to be honest, if the Mavericks didn't get Cooper Flagg, I feel like this franchise would be in a complete disarray of like what to do, because they got handed the future. And if they just had Anthony Davis and no future, this team would be in very dark and scary hours. And I'm just very grateful for him. In his first Christmas Day performance, he showed poise and the ability to step up on one of the league's biggest stages. He matched performances like LeBron on Christmas Day. And Cooper Flagg even got praised by Stephen Curry, saying the league is in good hands. And that shows like the type of player he is, getting praised by a legend like that. So the Mavericks just went through their West Coast road swing, and to be honest, it was horrible. We played two horrible teams and lost to both of them. And I'm just hoping we can bounce back from that. I just think that we have a franchise cornerstone in Cooper Flagg, and it's time to build around him. And I think Anthony Davis' time is over in Dallas. We gave him 11 months, and Patrick Dumont's already saying like there's major problems with Anthony Davis, and I think his time is up in Dallas. If we can get some young players and a good draft pick for this upcoming draft with Cam Boozer, AJ Dybinsa, all these players, Darren Peterson, like if we can get one of those three guys with Cooper Flagg, like I think we could be seeing another dynasty forming. Those would be two of the best players in the league in a matter of 3 or 4 years. So I mean, I think we just need to turn Anthony Davis into young prospects, potentially like Zachary Risase, which we will talk on a different episode because the Hawks are a leading suitor right now. And if we can get that pick from the Hawks, the New Orleans Pelicans pick, which is very unlikely, but if we can get that, I would even just do a 1-for-1 swap and match the salary somehow with that. That would be my main priority, because the Pelicans are horrible, so their pick is going to be incredible. And we could potentially get one of those top 3 guys and build a new dynasty. So, I don't know, just a lot of things to think about. And I think it is time to look forward to the future for the Mavericks. And the most important thing is that we still have Kyrie Irving. So next year, once we are in a position to win, maybe we can bring back Kyrie Irving. If this downward slope keeps on continuing, I think it's time to just trade Anthony Davis and shut down Kyrie Irving and just let the rookie ball. I think there's no other direction for the Mavericks. And like I said earlier, we do need to pick a direction right now, because it's getting to the point where you need to pick to lose or pick to win. Being in the middle is the worst possible outcome, because you don't get a good draft pick and you're not even competitive in the playoffs. So we need to pick to win or lose right now. So some closing thoughts. It's been a roller coaster season for the Mavericks. We've had wins against the best teams like the Pistons and the Nuggets twice, but we can't win against these horrible teams like the Kings and the Trailblazers and the Wizards. Like the losses and the injuries, like with Derek Lively, Exum, and Davis again, it's just getting a lot. At least we have our young talent and Ryan Nembhard and Flagg, but like the NBA is a game of injuries and runs, and that's just how it is. But you do need some consistency, and right now the Mavericks have zero of that, and I think it's time to just start tanking and get a good pick with this, because this is also the last year we control our pick. I think it's time to just embrace the tank, and I don't know if the season is salvageable. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, and yeah, let me know. You guys think Cooper Flagg can lead the Mavericks to consistency this year, or should we wait till next year? Hit me up on social media with your takes and leave a comment down below. Thanks for listening to Bucket Talk, and we'll be back with more Mavericks talk and NBA analysis and NFL analysis next week. Bye. Have a good New Year's, guys.